I'm 38 weeks and 4 days today. So pretty much the baby can come at any second. You can come at any second. How do I feel, you ask? Heavy. I feel like walking to the grocery store and back is a marathon. And I'm just waiting for this baby to drop, to come. Pretty pregnant right now. Look, this shirt used to cover me. And it's a large in women, and now it's like, I know I'm big, but I actually don't. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't know, maybe I'm just used to it. I don't feel that big. And luckily I haven't gained over 40 pounds, I don't think. No, it's been like between 30 and 35. Depending if I use the bathroom or not. But, which is good. I'm not mad at it. Obviously, I love to be skinny, but we're creating life, so I'm grateful for the opportunity to create life. It's actually crazy. I've been having, the past couple of days, I've been having dreams about the baby. Like, I've had 2 dreams where I'm breastfeeding him, and then last night I had a dream where I'm like, it was like I woke up and I was in the hospital, and it was like, okay, you're doing it, it's time to go. Like, not to push, but it was like, you're in the process, like today's the day. And then I woke up, I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm having dreams because it's getting closer. Because he literally can come any second. Like, he can come this week or he could come next week. My due date's next Friday. It's like I have less than 2 weeks left, kind of, because pregnancy is 40 weeks and next Friday is 40 weeks, but you could also go 2 weeks over. And Franco and I both went 2 weeks over. So I'm like, baby, please don't do this to me, because he's already like 7 pounds. And if I go 2 weeks over, that means he's gonna be like a 9-10 pound baby. Anyways, I'm gonna run some errands. I'm trying to get out of the house, force myself. I really don't have it in me right now to get out, but like, I want to get out and move, because I've just kind of been like doing things around the house, organizing, ordering a lot of things, a lot of organization, cleaning. I've done some cooking, but I usually just like cook once a day. So I'm gonna go try to do some errands to like distract myself. But it's just really a waiting game. This is the uniform these last few days. It's yoga pants and a t-shirt. I could put these up, but sometimes it squishes me. Yeah, I can't imagine wearing tight yoga pants anytime soon. I was like, who are you talking to? Myself. I've always. He's on another call. Good. So he's not paying attention to what I'm doing. I've always talked to myself. Like, when I worked at Office Depot, my coworkers told me that they would see me like fixing things in the shelves, and that I'd like full on look like I'm having conversations. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I believe it. But today we're gonna put on makeup, because yesterday I did it, and like sometimes after having a few days without makeup, it's like, baby girl, let's do it. What I was saying is, I'm trying to stay distracted with good things, because it's very easy to get distracted with bad things, you know, like people being negative about motherhood, all this stuff. There's people are negative about any topic that you might be interested, anything that you might be choosing to go through in life. You could potentially run into a video, an opinion or something of someone like arguing the opposite of what you're doing, right? And like, one thing about me is like, I know I wanted to be a mom. Like, I knew it deep down. I fought it for a while because of things, you know, things that happen in life. I fought it because of that and experiences and people, right? But I knew deep down I was lying to myself because I actually had this conversation with my mom. I told her, I'm like, yeah, like if I was, you know, 33, and I was like, yeah, if I would have not like met Franco and I would have just kept working, not because I love working. I've always been a hard worker, so like I knew I was gonna be fine in terms of work stuff, career stuff. I'm not a dumb girl. Like I know how to learn and work and get what I want in terms of career stuff, right? But I told her like, yeah, if I wouldn't have met someone like Franco, I think I would have just kept working, figured out a financial situation for myself so that I can afford to have one child alone. Because that is how bad I actually wanted to have a kid. Deep down. I think it's too sad to go, whatever. I don't want people to think that a no kid life is a bad life, because it's not. It really isn't. I just know that that wasn't for me. And I'm a Cancer. I feel like Cancers are meant to be moms. I'm sorry, but we're just very motherly in good ways and bad ways, you know? We tell our friends what we really think, when they're doing great, when they're doing not so great. Like, we naturally mother, you know? But, so it sucks sometimes when you see people dragging something that you really want, right? Whatever it is. Whether it's you really want this job and everyone's talking shit on that job, or you really want this type of community and everyone's talking shit on that type of community. Like, just there's someone complaining about something, and sometimes you just gotta block it out. So in me blocking things out, like the way I've been blocking things out is by kind of getting into the news more than I usually do. Don't get me wrong, I kind of always have an idea of what's going on, whether if it's like Franco telling me what's going on, or I don't know, it's kind of hard to avoid it sometimes. But I've been getting into it a little bit because it feels like a reality show, you know? Like, it is a reality show when you think about it. It's crazy. But I also don't appreciate just people saying like, it's the worst time to have a child. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. I joke about this, but it's really, I really feel it in my heart, my soul. Like, we have air conditioning now. We have clean water. Our toilets flush clean water. Like, that's crazy. So I think you have to like really think about your perspective when you say things like that. Like, the baby birth death rate is like, the baby death rate is the lowest it's ever been, you know? Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's some crazy stuff happening, but there's always crazy things happening. So I think it just kind of speaks on what people's mentality is when they say things like that. And that's fine, we all go through it. But been doing that. I've also been reading a lot, which in general this past year I've been reading a lot, so I'm proud of that. I kind of just learned, like, I don't need to read books that are over 300 pages. Like, why was I who was I trying to flex for trying to read books that are over 300 pages? My attention span, I get bored. Nothing should take that long to explain, you know? Like, if you can't explain a story, tell a story within 300 pages, like, what are you doing? Don't get me wrong, there's been a few that are like 400 pages, and even then I'm like, we didn't need that. We didn't need to do that. But that's been fun for me. I also started watercoloring this past week. something I do is like I overwhelm myself with like these big hobbies sometimes. Like I've done ceramics class, right? And that's like a big hobby that you have to go, you have to sign up, you have to go every week, follow the schedule, and like love that. And I'm gonna be so excited when I get back to it. But like sometimes I think I have to be doing that type of like hobby. But I bought this little watercolor paper book, this big, a little watercolor travel size kit, and like I could just pull it out anywhere. I could be at the coffee shop, I could be in a waiting room somewhere. Like it's easy to use anywhere, and like get a little drawing in and just like feel fancy and cutesy, you know? And that's it. Like it doesn't need to be this whole freaking thing. Even though I'm still gonna be hard on myself. I say that and then I'm still gonna be hard on myself, because the other day I did like a big old oil pastel acrylic paint mix whatever thing, and I hated it. And it's just like hid it from Franco, and I like hid it from myself because I hated it. I was just like down because I was like, that shit was ugly. And Franco was just like, the fact that you try, the fact that you keep, he didn't say it was cute, but he's like, the fact that you try, the fact that you keep trying to do all these things, like, it's cool. And I appreciate that, but I still want to get better, you know? I'm like, I want to be good at drawing stuff and painting. But it takes practice. And I think with this watercolor thing, like, it's less intimidating because it's so small. I can finish a drawing in like 5 minutes and call it a day. So I really like that. What else have I been to? Oh, I started gardening a little bit, just a little bit. Some tomatoes. I have flowers, but I don't know where I put them. Just testing out my green thumb a little bit more. I hope I can keep up with the tomatoes because I'm about to have this baby, so that's gonna be a little hard. And something to get back to it, because I was doing a pretty good job like earlier on in the pregnancy, was decorating my apartment. I did order 2 lamps from Zara Home, and they arrived super broken because they were ceramic. They gave me my money back. They didn't even bother to give me a return receipt. They're like, no, we don't want that. You can do whatever you want. So I kept the lampshades because the lampshades were really good, but I did not keep the broken pieces of it, because I was gonna try to do like the Japanese thing, I forget what it's called, where you like glue it back together with like this gold glue. It's a really cool practice. I did it one time at my ceramics class, but it was way too complicated to do that. The pieces were too small, and pregnant and patience don't go together. Even though I am trying to work on my patience, guys. Especially with Franco, like he's the #1 person that deserves it in my life, honestly. And sometimes I get so snappy, especially when he's chewing. I really want to see a therapist. It's probably more like one of those people that can hypnotize you to like stop doing something. I want to see one of them so that they can take this like misophonia, it's called something like that, my phobia of like chewing noises away, because I swear it's like, that's my #1 fight with him, I would say. And it's all me, right? Like it's bothering me. It doesn't bother him to hear me chew, like, which I don't think you can hear me chew because I chew with my mouth closed. But any food noise, any little like, and I think it's gotten worse during pregnancy. And I'm trying not to be a bitch. But you know what makes me feel better about it though? Is that I hear that's very normal amongst pregnant mommies, especially during this time. Because he has like 2 guy friends that have pregnant wives right now. And they're like, oh yeah, like is your wife loving you? Like being sarcastic. You know, like this is the time they really don't And I was like, oh, that makes me sad. Like, I don't want Franco to think I don't work with him. Like, he's literally my guy, you know? My baby daddy, the father of my child. I don't want him walking around feeling like I don't work with him. But I'm sure there's moments where he's like, damn, I just closed that door and that just tripping me of how I closed that door, you know, like things like that. I will say he did get on my nerves the other day though, because I'm over here like organizing, you know, nesting. Organized his cables, took a couple of hours, ordered certain things on Amazon to like organize it, ordered a label maker, organize it, show it to him. Oh, thanks babe, so cute, thanks. I was like, okay, he likes it. A few days later, I see he gets a few Amazon packages and he redoes it a whole different way. He organizes his cables in bags versus this container I bought. And I was just like, this, you know? I was like, so you never in your life have organized anything, but after I finished organizing something for you, you decided to reorganize what I did. Cool. Anyways, I try not to be too bitchy. I even helped him make the labels for that, so we were good. But like, isn't that crazy? To do that to a pregnant lady? To reorganize what she organized? Like, you wanna fight. I'm sorry, you wanna fight. Okay, I'm done. Am I gonna do my hair? I can't fit any of my shirts anymore. Like this is, I think, either a medium or a large. Obviously they shrink too, but I think I need to move on to Franco's clothes. Okay, this jersey it is. It's actually really comfortable and cooling. Well, this said I'm not gonna be pregnant anymore by the time the World Cup comes, because I like the bump here. Anyways, this is what I'm taking to the coffee shop. My new book. I haven't started. I'm gonna try to start it today. My journal and my watercolor kit. Let me see if I can open this up. So cute, so portable. And then this is the little book. I've already been drawing a couple of things. Just testing some stuff out. Oh, just finished this book. And I actually have to reread like the few last chapters. They're small little chapters at the end. Because it's a murder mystery type book. And I finished the book and I'm like, so who killed him? And I reread it again and I swear to God, like, I don't know if I'm like getting distracted when they mention who it was or something. But I don't think they say who it is. And I started Googling to figure it out. And I can't find a clear answer. And I'm like, this is killing me. Like, I did not read this whole ass book to not get a clear answer. I hate when movies end like that. I don't know if they're trying to be too artsy or something. I'm like, no. Tell me who. Because I didn't read this whole book of back and forth of what? I'm in between two playlists these days. My wine bar playlist, which is very jazzy, very chill, very vibey, very like chicky dicky. And then my Pretty Ricky playlist. And it's a god ass playlist, especially in the car. You're like, oh. Sometimes I stay in the car after I park and I keep jamming. And I'm just like, I just hope nobody sees me right now. It's not, but so I finished reading my book and then I came back home because I forgot that we had a friend of a friend come and cook. Well, they delivered some food. We're testing some people out so that for postpartum, just for like the first 2 months, we have someone like bring food twice a week maybe. So we're not just like ordering Uber Eats and like we have someone that's cooking with like good olive oil and all that. And I forgot that they were coming at 1 when I left the coffee shop, but it's okay. So I pretty much only got to finish my book. And why am I so tired? And the funny thing is, you know, I said a lot of things about this book that was like pissing me off kind of, but I'm just an idiot. And like every time I was about to finish the book, it would be my bedtime, and I was reading it and falling asleep. So the last few chapters is like, I was reading it. You know when you read something but you don't pay attention to like what you read? That's what happened to me like 3 times. I'm so tired. And I'm like, what am I saying right now? Mommy brain. Yeah. So I was reading it, but I wasn't paying attention to what the words that I was actually reading, and I was falling asleep. So I thought that the book never told us who kills the main character. And I'm reading it at the coffee shop today, you know, fully awake, matcha in hand, fully aware, and I realize it does tell me who killed the main character. And I'm just laughing at myself. I'm like, I'm such an idiot. I'm over here Googling, but I will give it to Google. Like, no, I didn't find anything that said what happened, which maybe it's because the book is not that popular, or people just do a good job at not spoiling books. I don't know. So yeah, I found out who killed him, and it's pretty funny. Should I do a book review? I went to go get my stance so I can record this without holding it. And I gave Franco a little massage, a little head massage. I swear this man takes more naps than the pregnant lady, but after this I'm probably gonna take a nap. It's like around 3 p.m. I think, which is usually when I nap. Yeah. So like I was saying, went to the coffee shop, finished the book. I'll do a little book review. This is What a Way to Go by Bella Mackey. This drawing kind of tells you how someone died, and it gets to it right away, so I'm not really like spoiling things, but I am gonna spoil some things. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. So basically the book starts off with like this man, he's like a rich guy, beautiful house, 60th birthday party. He ends up dying at the end of the night, and this is kind of how they find him. And everyone's trying to find out like who it was. Well, actually not everyone. His kids kind of seem to not care. They're more worried about what they're gonna get, like how much money and whatnot. And there's one girl who's like trying to investigate and find out who killed him, and she ends up getting accused of killing someone eventually, but you'll find out what happens there. And so the whole book, trying to find out who killed him. His wife ends up getting killed, but we know who killed her right away. And the plot twist is pretty funny. It's funny because it's like he kind of killed himself in an accident. Like, he wasn't trying to commit suicide. He just did something and accidentally died. So it's funny that the whole time we're like, was it that person? Was it this person? But it was just a silly way that he died. And this book kind of like tells you what his hell is. It's like after he finds out like he dies, he goes to not heaven, but like he's like between death and heaven, where you have to find out how you die before you move on to your like heaven or hell. So finally, when at the end of the book, when he finds out how he dies, he tells the director of this place how he dies, and he's like, okay, you can move on to your permanent home now. in his permanent home. Mind you, this is like a rich guy his whole life pretty much. So his permanent home ends up being like living with these hippies that like barely shower and like have dreads, and it's basically his nightmare. So funny little story, but I recommend it actually. This was one of the longer books, 300 and almost 400 pages, 70 something pages. But it was easy to read because each chapter was really short, and it was like from the perspective of a different person that was at the party. Maybe three different perspectives: his perspective, his wife's perspective, and the little influencer girl that's trying to investigate the death. So yeah, that's my book review. I'm so tired. I just ate, so I really can't talk. I think I'm gonna start the next book. Perfection by Vincenzo Latronico. The International Booker Prize of 2025. This one's a short one, so hopefully I finish it soon. Oh, it's like 116 pages. Yeah, I should finish that in like no more than a week. Sometimes I'm slow, sometimes I'm fast. It just depends on how good the book is. I'm whispering because Franco's trying to take a nap in the other room. This was a nice price. They're so beautiful. Honestly, the most beautiful flowers I have ever received. Like, I think, yeah, this is topping all of them. Did I cry? Maybe, but you're not gonna see that. They're so beautiful. Baby boy's happy. He's happy. He's happy his daddy's treating his mommy good. All right, for real, it's nap time now. I got Franco this for Father's Day, but it's hard for me to like keep things away from him for that long. And it arrived earlier than I thought it was gonna arrive. But like, he needed a toolbox, and what's more Father's Day. But anyways, you get it, just so cool. Okay, so I just printed some of these pictures because I'm trying to get a custom frame for above the crib, and that's kind of the setup. It's gonna be a big green with maybe a brown border. I got the idea from Pinterest because I really liked this one. Obviously it's not gonna be the same colors, and mine's gonna be horizontal, not vertical like this. But we're gonna go to the frame store. I already paid half of my deposit, like 50% of it. I just had to go back and take the pictures and decide the distances with the lady. So, and she'll have it done in a week. So hopefully it's done before he gets here, but if not, it's fine. Not a big deal.
Atrás, ¿cómo se llama? Porque sé que casi siempre lo...
How cute if you keep walking through Chunky ice creams place, you'll run into this. A coffee shop, a vinyl shop, a CBD shop.